It's official, a new Resident Evil movie is coming next year. It'll be focused on horror and will be based on the first games of the PlayStation era. How about that? Well, let's talk about all this new feature in this new video and let's get started. We finally know that the new Resident Evil movie will be released in the theaters around the world on September 18, 2026. This has been confirmed through an exclusive from Deadline, in which this and many other details related to this film has been discussed. According to Deadline, this film is a cinematic reboot for the series, meaning that we are facing a new Resident Evil era for the world of cinema that will leave behind what was seen in the Paul Anderson films and Welcome to Raccoon City. This film was originally intended to be produced by Warner Bros., but negotiations fell through. At the end, Sony Pictures, along with Constantin Films and PlayStation Productions, retained the production and distribution rights for this new film. Considering that all the previous films were produced by themselves, crossing over 1.2 billion worldwide, it was logical that they would fight hard to keep control of the film rights to the franchise. The Deadline report confirms once again that the project director will be Zack Krieger, responsible for Barbarian, a 2022 horror film that already showed the strong influence of games on Krieger's style. The script will be co-written by Zack himself and Shay Hayden, who has participated in Army of the Dead Las Vegas and John Wick 3 and 4. By the way, remember that the film will be released in 2026, which is just in time for the celebrations for the 30th anniversary of the saga. So it's clear that Capcom is getting all the preparations ready for the big party that awaits us fans next year. And the fact that these films are right on those dates makes me think about what game we will have this year. Will it be Resident Evil 9, a remake of Zero, some remaster, or maybe none? This is a very interesting topic, but we'll discuss it in another video. But the most interesting thing about this reboot is that it's confirmed that the project will be renewed that will take the saga back to its horror roots with a feel more faithful to the first game that began in 1996. The above confirms that at least in principle, this film will be more horror-oriented and less on typical unbridled action of Hollywood. And I love this because in reality Resident Evil was inspired by films like Night of the Living Dead that at the time had a moderate budget with a few special effects and relatively little action. So in certain way, the new film will be a kind of tribute to those zombie films of the 80s. With the reboot confirmed to be more faithful to the games, it's understood that the plot will be based on the events of the first Resident Evil game. Though according to previous rumors from insiders like Das Golem, it's possible that things from Zero will also appear in the script of the new film. At the moment, there are no further details on the story or an official synopsis, however, new information has been promised for later. The little we know makes me think that we have a good chance of seeing a new live-action version of Chris, Jill, Rebecca and Billy among others, as well as the presence of Dr. Marcus, Wesker or why not, Spencer himself. Although at the moment there is no confirmation of characters and even less of the cast, so these important details remain pending for the moment. What we do know are the words of those responsible for this project. For example, director Zack Krieger stated that, "I've been a rabid fan of these games for decades, and to be able to bring this amazing title to life is a true honor." Robert Kulzers of Constantin Films said, "The world of Resident Evil, experienced through Zack's vision, is an irresistible feat." And finally, Sanford Patnich, president of Sony Pictures, stressed, "Zack is one of the most talented, exciting new directors to come on the scene in many years. His brilliant approach in restarting and refreshing this legendary Sony franchise instantly make this one of our most important releases in 2026. These words are obviously meant to generate hype and promote the film, however, I think they truly reflect at least the intention of taking Resident Evil in a new direction in cinema, one that seems to be more faithful to the root of the saga and be more focused towards fans of the games. However, while this sounds good for gamers, I don't think we shouldn't declare victory in advance. It's obvious that they're making this film thinking about the benefits, and I have serious doubts about how they will adapt the events of the games in a horror film that also aims to be a commercial success that delights the masses. That is something that doesn't seem like an easy task for Zack Krieger. Plus, we already know how this saga has done in the world of cinema. For now, this is all the new information we have on this project, but since I know you want more, I'm leaving you here and in the description a link to another video where we talk in more detail about the director, the influence of Resident Evil on his work, and how this could be the cinematic reboot of the series, so don't miss it. Okay people, that's all for today. Don't leave without first telling me in the comments what you think of these new things and what your wishes are for this new film. Don't forget to share the video, subscribe to the channel and shoot those likes. Thanks for watching and remember, I'll see you soon in the next video here on the Beat Island.